extra good.
Oh, hold on. I got to
Extra saucy.
Woo!
Are we on right now?
Oh, I bet we're on.
Okay.
I feel on.
I feel
I like to be
extra
able to
saucy.
see. You do?
Because it's my Friday.
There we go. Look
You're
at
off
that.
tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Lucky.
You are off tomorrow. Rod, you're here tomorrow, right?
I'm here. I consider it a privilege to serve my company and our viewers.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Hi, you guys. Happy Thursday. It almost
So
feels
much
like a holiday
BS.
week now, huh?
I'm getting silly,
it
stupid
is.
holiday-like.
I know, that's fun. It's fun.
I'm going to be a mess next week, man.
Oh,
I get
distracted?
Well, just
Yeah.
I get very excited. I get
You're a
very
mess
excited.
every day.
Can I just say this is an uncomfortable start to our show for me?
It is?
I actually took
This
off the
is our
Monday after
everyday life.
Thanksgiving as well. So
Oh, did
Thursday,
you?
Friday, and
Nice.
Monday.
Well, I will be here working, serving our viewers and our company on Thanksgiving Day and on Friday.
All right, enough.
1 out of 4 ain't bad.
Okay, we are talking about kind of a funny story that we had in our show this morning. There was a new poll out that showed, and I thought this was low actually, that people were late to work at least once a month.
Once a month.
Well,
Like,
I thought
only
it was
once a month?
No, it said 30% of people, but 30% of all people are late at least once a month. To me, that was
70% are late more days than
no. It means that.
That's neat.
I mean, you take 10 working people. Every single month, at least 3 of those working people are late at least one time. You think? I
I'm
think
late
that's.
like several times a week.
No, you're
I
not
don't
really.
think so. With us, you're not late unless you're not there at
Thank you.
4:30.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah, when the
bad.
show starts,
Right?
yeah.
That's bad.
You're not.
Well, and that's bad. What are you looking at me? It's happened.
it up.
13
You
years.
know,
I've been doing
honestly,
this
I
show.
have clocked in some fashion or another and had at least 20 hours a week of work since I was 13 years old. Now, I may be forgetting something, but I don't honestly ever remember me being late for work ever.
What? Wait a
a
minute.
couple
No, wait a minute. That is a
minutes
huge statement.
Like
you're
10
making.
But I'm a very on-time person. Like, if I'm not there 15 minutes after I say I'm going to be there, something's happened. And to me, I'm very much
Good
on
for
time.
you.
That's great. If that's
Yeah,
true,
it is.
that's amazing. You're saying since you're 13.
I'm saying.
Which my calculations tell me 40 years worth of working.
Saying I never missed a
You've
call
never
at the Mexican
been
restaurant I worked
late.
at, or McDonald's, or any of the TV
Never.
stations, or the Howard Johnsons, or the grocery store.
You never missed a flight when
But
you
a
were a
lot of
flight attendant.
but a lot of my jobs have been very time specific. I mean, when you're a flight attendant, you can't be late. I mean, that they really right because you're holding up the plane if you're late. This is job's the same way as you point out. Come 4:30 for us, you got to be on the show.
Yeah.
To me, you're wired a
So-
certain way then. If that's the
Yeah.
case, if you have never been
Yeah.
late in 40 years, and you're probably not alone, I know you're pretty darn good too. I don't think you've ever missed a sunrise show. You've
I
never
have not.
slept through the alarm.
Nope.
Because I've done it. Our friend Ashley Corsland did it. The final day she worked
I
on the
know,
sunrise
that's
show,
right.
she slept through the
Chris
alarm.
McGinnis has
Chris
done it.
McGinnis has done it. Our director Brian Matthews in the booth right now just told me he's done it. You haven't been doing the sunrise show very long.
It'll happen, I'm sure.
It's possible. Well, I don't know where I was going with this. To me, you are rare breeds. Most people are at least
Hold my
late
hand, dear.
for once, for something, even if it's a legitimate excuse, you're late for some reason once in a while.
One time, we got our wires crossed. I called in sick because my son was a baby and he was really sick, so I took the day off.
Yeah.
And whoever I called into didn't relay that. And my sunrise crew back then was so panicked because I always was
Right.
there
Yeah,
that they sent a taxi driver to my house. So this is way before cell phones and
Check
stuff.
it.
Way
whatever.
before the police
Well,
department.
I mean, yeah, and I was like, bam, 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 and I like
gotta be
woke up,
freaky.
and I'm like, who is out there? And like literally, it was like, I'm like, who is it?
Oh, Miss Brooks.
That's
yes,
crazy.
Check,
Wow.
isn't that?
Wouldn't they call the police if they're concerned, not the taxi driver?
That I don't know what they were thinking, but
Depends on
that's
the
what
level of
happened.
concern.
And then Zach woke up crying, and I was livid.
Oh, then you're pissed. I love it.
Wow.
So some of
Good story.
in our story this morning, they had some of the like the funny excuses that people have used, like within the past couple of years.
Right.
That they wrote it on this poll. And back in what year was the solar eclipse?
That was
2 or
2
3
summers
years
ago,
ago?
so summer of 17.
17.
August
Somebody
21st.
said that they thought it was a national holiday, the solar eclipse day,
Yes.
so they just didn't show up to work. It felt like a national holiday. What was some of the other
Well,
ones?
another excuse even was there's a bear in my trash cans outside right now,
Yeah,
so I'm
she's
afraid
scared
to
to
leave
come
the
out.
house.
Good excuse.
Which, again,
Absolutely
if that's
a
a
good
true
excuse.
story, then I wouldn't go to work in
Stay
that
in.
case
The
either.
gem.
Yeah.
typically,
You gotta have a photo to prove that, though. You can't just make that up.
like you guys said, when we're late for this, we're not really late until we're not there for the show.
Right.
Because we all try to be here for a meeting that happens at 3:45 every morning.
Yeah.
And so, maybe we're a minute or two late for that in some days. Some
Yeah.
cases. But anyways, you're not truly late, I don't think, until you miss the show. What I'm getting at is other parts of the day, when I'm trying to get to an appointment, or I'm trying to get to an event downtown, or whatever the case may be, I am often late. And my number one excuse is traffic, right? I mean, that's always
Yeah.
to go,
Yes.
hey, I'm sorry, traffic was bad.
Yeah.
Whether it was or wasn't,
But why
I'm
are
going with
you-
it was kind of bad.
Why are you really late? I have one friend who is chronically late, and we almost come to verbal blows. We do come to verbal. I'm like, that's so disrespectful when you're always late.
You're
It's like
wasting
you're not
everybody else's time.
valuing
Sometimes
anybody
I'm
else's
ready
time.
early and on time, and then
Find
in my
something to do.
head, I'm like, oh, I'm early.
I can slow
should
down.
Just like
My-
take a second,
my wife-
and then I take too long, and then I'm late. And I'm
But
like,
why
gosh,
do
dang
you?
it.
Do you just not plan it? Like what happens? Because you are chronically
What she
late.
describes just now is something that happened, and it's a mental issue. It's a mental problem. But I had the same thing where sometimes I am actually ahead of the game. And that's where I go, you
Like,
know what, I
oh,
have time
I'm
to do
too
now?
early.
Something else. Sometimes in the morning before I come here, I go, you know what, that load of laundry is sitting in the washer. I should put that in the dryer before I go to work.
Good for
Now, that's
you.
not really good for me because my wife would say, dude, I could have done that when I got up. Go to work on time and keep the job. You know? Or sometimes I'll go, I'm going to unload like I just like to see how much can I get done in a certain amount of time.
I do the
It's like
same
it's like
thing.
gambling
It
with the
is.
clock.
Like being efficient.
Interesting.
Like I can do this and then this at the same time, and then I'm late.
Do you like to gamble in general? Like when you go to
No.
Vegas, like blackjack or anything like that? No? See, because I think they are kind of related. It's like a gamble. Like how far can I push this and still win? How late can I leave? And not just sitting there watching the clock, oh, I'm going to wait. But I'm going to try to do a couple things.
That's totally opposite of me. That's one of the reasons that I started getting ready here. Like I wake up, I get dressed, and then I put on my makeup back in the, the dressing room. But I figure I'm here. So if anything goes wrong in any which way, I'm in the building.
You're early. Like we're supposed to be here at 3:30, and you are here at 3:15 or 3, or I mean, you're
Yeah.
early.
And sometimes I wake up before my alarm, like, and then I feel bad because my partner is sleeping there, and I'm like, well, I'm 5 minutes. I'm just going to get up. I'm not going to let the alarm ring. Sometimes
That's
I'll do it
nice.
like a
Yeah.
minute to 5
Yeah,
minutes
I'll do
early.
that.
I just wake up and then I'm off.
Instagram, Wayne in this morning. Jeff in Oregon says, I am always late. That's why I had to work for myself. I am late to everything. Rob St. Helen said, I'd rather wait 2 hours at work so I am not late. Good for you. Kirsty Marie says, once in a while, our thought was always, if we're right on time, we're late. Our girls, who are now 24 and 20, still live by this. If I'm late, it's rare, and I always let whoever it is know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff in Oregon pointed out this. We had that story the other day of like the people who are chronically late are actually happier in life and like live longer.
Are you serious? I
Yes.
missed the
'Cause-
story.
Oh, you
Really?
did? Yeah, we were
I don't
talking about
remember that either.
Oh, yeah, we may have been the only ones here because there was a Friday when it was just you and I.
Okay.
Oh, maybe you guys were not at work that day.
They weren't
Enjoy
late
the day
though.
off.
They were not late.
That makes us happy.
Yes.
It was kind of, I didn't really
Actually,
buy into
quick,
that.
One question.
Yeah.
Hey, Bruce, do you know of anything going on at Grant High School? Somebody is wondering. Is there any police activity? Okay, I
Could be
just
the
saw
kids
a
showing up to
question.
school on time.
Sorry, yeah. No.
Right.
We'll try and get some answers for you if we find out anything's going on at Grant. I see your comment, though, about that, so we will check on it. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
But I just like the one viewer mentioned that if they are late, they'll always let them know. So if I am caught in traffic for an appointment somewhere and it looks like I might be up to 15 minutes late, I will always call or text or whatever, because that's the point where I feel really bad. Like, wow, I hate being late. Absolutely hate it.
I was not following the viewers' comments on Facebook because I remembered I started to write a post about tomorrow's segment on the Thanksgiving recipes, and I didn't want to share the post yet, so it was just sitting there, and I didn't know how to get around the post without sharing it, and then look at something else on Facebook, so I just went ahead and posted it. Sorry, that's a personal problem. That's why my head was in my phone.
You can schedule those.
I know, but I didn't have. I kind of
Anyway.
forgot how to do that. So
Yes.
now I've posted my post, and now I can read the viewers' comments on Facebook. I will say this as I dig that up. Another thing I do, you ask me, why does this happen? Sometimes I'll be at work, and I'm at my desk. I sit next to Brenda Braxton at work. Rod sits behind us. Nina sits all the way across the room. There's an opportunity for you to sit closer to us, but yet you still sit all the way across the room. Anyways, I'll say I have got to be somewhere at noon. And I know that it's going to take me 20 minutes to get there, but then I also know, I want to get this thing done here at work. So when I leave, it's done for the day, and I can't, and both aren't going to happen. So then selfishly, and it's absolutely a selfish move, I stay here until that thing is done, even if it means I've given myself now 10 minutes to get where I need 20.
I do the exact same.
And then I show up there and I apologize for being late, but in the back of my head, I know
could have been early.
it was avoidable.
Yeah.
What I did not want to do was circle back, and because then it's a domino effect. Then I have to come back here to maybe finish this thing when really I need to start getting home to take care of what's supposed to happen when I'm done with the workday, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think there are some things that you know that you can be late to, and so you can kind of
That's true.
scoot through.
Budget.
And then there are some that it's like, if you're not there, we're going on to the next appointment or whatever it is. So, I mean, I do that.
What? Is that-
When you said there's some things you can be late to, now funerals and weddings popped in my head, and then I remembered I actually was a little late to my buddy's wedding, and he was the best man at my wedding.
Were you in the wedding?
No, he got married 2 years before I did, so we weren't that close yet. And I was new to Oregon, and I picked an Oregon guy to be my best man because I didn't trust the guys from Philly to get here and do it, although they all did show up. Anyways, me and this other guy Dave and this girl Megan, I misremember coming in, and he laid eyes on me from the front, and I had to pass his wife to be that was waiting to come down the aisle, and she just looked at me like,
oh my God.
like
Yeah,
you,
that's...
God, slime ball, sit down so I can start walking down the
Slime
aisle,
ball.
please.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Anyways,
That's a good one. Yeah, I always use
Just
traffic.
let it
We
back
were
in my
joking
head.
about how there's all those good memes out there, and I do the exact same thing of you lie and say, "Oh, I'm leaving the house right now," and you're not dressed yet.
who do you tell that to?
You just send the text, "Hey, just running a few minutes late. I just left."
Like you'll say it to
They're
your
like,
husband?
I am not.
Like
I'll
maybe
be
your
leaving in
husband's
10
waiting for you
minutes.
somewhere, and you'll tell him that kind of thing?
I'll be honest with him, but just to something else.
Now everybody
I'll be
knows.
parking, and I'm 2 freeways away still. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm still finding parking.
We're just now getting past. This used to be a big argument point between my wife and myself. Grayson has a tendency to be late.
Yeah.
And it just drives me absolutely nuts. And I'm finally getting better at being more mellow. But when it comes to the things that, a lot of it is we said we're going to meet friends. Anything that has an appointment time to it just drives me nuts if you're late.
Okay, Jeff agrees with you because I do take a while. I like to take my time when I get ready.
get ready, yeah.
And sometimes he'll swing by the bathroom and okay, it's whatever time.
Yeah.
And then if I move downstairs to the bathroom and I'm doing something else or I'm just checking the earrings or whatever the process is, then pretty soon I hear the door open and he's now sitting in the car in the garage. That's my drop dead.
yeah.
I'm in the car
gotta go.
now. You have to get ready. You have to come
My
out.
husband's done that before
Yeah.
too.
No, it is a way of life,
Yeah,
and
but I
early
love
is,
those
I think,
good
a better way of life than
I know
late.
it is, yeah.
I love Mary. There's probably many Marys in the world, I know, but this is the Mary that's watching us right now and following us on the Facebook feed. Mary says early is on time.
Yeah.
Early equals on
I
time.
respect that.
Yeah.
I respect
Have you noticed,
that.
though, honestly, guys, this week that I have been on time to that 3:45 meeting every day?
I have. I'm kind of the late one on that one because you know what? I should look at my phone my clock on my phone instead of on the wall because the one in the dressing room is slow. And so sometimes I'll just, glance up and I'm like, I think I haven't.
It's good to be for a news
I know, right?
green room clock. Let's just have a slow clock.
But you have been.
I put a new wrinkle into the routine at home. I'm not getting up any earlier. I am leaving at least 5, and all I needed was 5 more minutes. Just leave 5 minutes earlier than you have been, because there's no traffic issues when we come.
You should try showering at night.
But,
We were talking about
I
Brenda
work
and
up a hell of a
shower at
sweat during the night, man.
You do?
I sweat when
But
I
don't you
sleep.
have
No, not
flat
really.
hair as a
Yeah,
guy?
no, I like to.
I have to shower in the morning because
Yes.
I have flat hair when I wake up, and it doesn't
Oh, you
recover.
just, put some
So
water
I've got to
on
get
and
my
then
hair
comb
in
it.
the shower and get it totally wet and dried, or I have flat hair. So otherwise I would shower.
Water
now.
on it.
There's a lot of product in my hair from the day before. Well, listen, right now I'm in a situation. I need a haircut. And I was trying to wait till the Thanksgiving break to get the haircut because I just hate going to get my hair cut. So I was trying to wait. And if I didn't put the product in my hair, my hair would be standing this high right now.
Oh, I want to see it.
Can you
all right.
post a picture of that one day?
Oh, but I had that before,
Yeah,
yes.
that's so funny.
But getting back to something else I was
What's
going to
up?
say.
You don't have that much hair to cut.
Oh, my new routine. Why I'm on time this week.
Yeah, you're on time now.
So I started putting on. You know that white terry cloth bathrobe that I have that I've worn on segments a lot of times?
Yes, we
like I
all
have it
know.
in my closet, 4 segments. I've started to wear that in the morning.
Just when you're
That
ready.
makes
It's cold.
you
You get out-
time?
Sometimes I don't want to get out of bed because it's cold. Now my thing is, you know what? You can get out of
You
bed
get
and put that.
excited to wear the robe.
I put the robe
You're
on,
like, I get to put the robe
and I go
on.
downstairs and I get the coffee in the robe. Well, listen to this. I come back up with the coffee to upstairs to where I had to get ready, and one of my boys wakes up to go to the bathroom, and he was so startled when he saw me that I could see he
wasn't
jumped back. He didn't
expecting
know
you to
where I
wear
was.
the
He's
robe.
like, Dad, why are you wearing that? I said, because it's cold in here. Good
Do you
morning.
have little
Oh,
matching
that's funny.
slippers?
No.
Is it a short
No.
one?
No, it's pretty
It's
long.
full length?
Yeah, it's below the knees.
It's definitely
right? Yeah,
below the
it's
knees, and it's
yeah.
so thick. I wrap it. I has a little.
You get
little
excited
tie.
to put the robe on.
I couldn't get
It's
out of bed and put
gets
the
you a
robe on.
little
Yeah,
jump start
I
out
kind of
bed.
don't mind
I
going
love
downstairs
that.
now because I'm not cold.
I love that.
Otherwise, I'd be in my boxers.
Yeah.
This is one of the
It's cold.
stranger moments we've ever had on Sunrise,
I
actually.
know that.
This is
I
extra.
don't like my bare
like it.
feet on the cold floor.
Oh no!
I gotta
Slippers.
have, yeah,
Gotta have slippers.
absolutely.
Okay, we were also asked. Is there some?
There's one
comments
more.
you wanna share?
One more. Two
Okay,
good
go.
things.
Let's see.
People are giving us excuses for.
Oh, yeah. What are
So
some?
Karina says our bunny got out of her cage and I had to put her back before I left.
Good excuse.
If that's legitimate, that's
Is that going to pass
a good
the
excuse.
boss's muster, though?
I had a situation like that with our chickens one time. They got out of I noticed they were out of their coop before I
Yes.
left, and I had to run out, and they're hard to get.
In the road.
I had to get 4 of them. No, I was dressed, but I had to scoop up 4 chickens and get them back into their pen, and that made me late one time. And then- go ahead.
Oh, go.
Ginny Carlson, I lied to the kid's dad.
Whoa.
Ginny says she lied to the kid's dad. Can we kind of go further and say ex-husband? Is that what that means? Or I lied to the kid's dad about appointment times because he was always late. My kids call it the decoder for dad.
That's
a
funny.
good idea.
The Rebecca
I wish
Jean,
we could do
I love this. I have done the same thing with my friend who's chronically late. It's a joke how often I'm running late for anything besides work. Friends invite me at least 30 minutes earlier than the intended time. We would always tell that one
learned,
friend,
yeah.
okay, it's at 3 o'clock, but it would really
Yeah.
be 3:45.
I am that.
you know-
Mia does that all the time.
Another
Yeah,
thing
that's
is, I'm
smart.
a golfer. Well, you have a specific tee time. You can't be late. So I just think about all things in my life that have specific times that trains you. You cannot be late. You can't be late for your tee time.
I
You
think
would never anyway. You love golf. That's one thing that you would be like way early for.
The training must have happened when you were a youth, though, I think. Like, this isn't something that you developed because of your adult life. I think you've had this in
Well,
you
it's
from the
probably
get-go. The fact that you
true.
were doing this at 13 says something.
That says
would have
something.
gotten beaten
we
if
have
you didn't.
no idea what it says. Yeah, I mean, you know.
I remember
The
14.
Hills don't play. Mom and Dad Hill, they do not play.
Jeff on Instagram says he likes to pack the night before when traveling. My
Yeah.
wife starts 2 weeks beforehand.
That sounds like my mom, too. What are you doing, Mom? Well, you know, we're going somewhere 2 months from now. I've started to pack. I'm like, what?
Yeah. That kind of brings up a good segue to our next thing of like, are you guys, we had a little poll up this morning. What are the latest numbers on that? 84% of you not planning to
Yeah.
travel for Thanksgiving or
Yeah.
at least like fly somewhere, but maybe stay in state or stay at home. What are you guys planning for Thanksgiving?
Oh,
We're
well,
driving.
You're going
We're
to,
going up to Washington.
oh, you are? Okay.
You did that last year, too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of routine. We've stayed home. Mia's family, my wife's family's from here, and they do a great Thanksgiving meal, and we've done that forever.
Except for that ambrosia salad.
Yeah, not a big fan of the ambrosia salad that my mother-in-law
you
makes.
guys
But my goodness, she makes a whole list of other things that are wonderful. If
Yes.
you're watching, Oma. My boys
We
call her
talked about
Oma.
all our Thanksgiving food the other
Good morning,
day.
Oma.
And your
Yeah.
folks are coming from the Midwest?
For Christmas.
Oh, for Christmas,
Yeah,
okay.
so we're going to be at home during the entire stretch of holidays. But yeah, I'm working this year over at Thanksgiving, so we're obviously here. Yeah.
Can I?
You're traveling to the restaurant that you're going to eat at.
Yeah, yes, we'll be
Talked about
traveling
that.
from Washington to Oregon to dine on Thanksgiving
Lovely.
afternoon.
Did you tell us what restaurant you're going to be at?
Clark Lewis.
Oh, yeah, you did tell us that,
we have
that's right.
Reservations at, yeah.
Can we reveal to the audience that your in-laws live with you and some in-laws quarters
Sure,
there?
yeah,
at the Hill
they have the
Estate?
entire downstairs.
yeah.
They have what they used to call a walkout basement,
Right.
now what they call it, Daylight Ranch, whatever
Yeah,
they call
Daylight
it. anyway.
basement, yeah.
But they have the entire lower floor.
So when your parents come, they're not staying with you, I would guess.
No, when Mom and Dad come, they will stay in Natasha's room, which is upstairs.
They're staying with you. So
Yeah. You're
both
gonna
sets
have
of
a
parents.
full house.
Yeah, Natasha will go down. The extra bedroom we have is downstairs of Grandma and Grandpa Kim, so she'll be down there with them. Yeah.
This would be great reality TV, right? To have the cameras rolling the whole time, like the Hill family gets together with Grayson's family.
But do you remember that was so much fun when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Like nobody had these ensuite
We never mixed,
things, and
like,
you never did.
parents.
Everybody piled in, not
Did you
even
mix
parents, but like
grandparents from either side?
cousins and
It's such a ugly
aunts and
situation.
uncles.
I know.
No,
In
yeah.
little houses, right? And nobody, you didn't have to have you slept on the couch or the pull
Sure,
out,
yeah,
and like everybody
yeah.
crowded in, and it was just
Yeah.
a blast.
Yeah.
Now you feel like, oh, we have to have separate
that's a
quarters,
good
and
point,
like
yeah.
I love that old school.
Yeah, when we go to
Drew
my
walking in
parents
his
in the
robe
summer,
down the
all the kids
hall.
sleep on the floors in sleeping bags, or my parents have some of those kind of mats that they
Right.
put on the floor that
Yeah.
the kids sleep on. But yeah,
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. We've had like Mia's cousin and her husband and her 2 kids over before, like when there really wasn't a whole lot of room for them for like a week at a time. And that never
Yeah.
bothered me. I don't mind having some of the family over. I probably would mind having some of the other family.
well, my folks are going to be here for almost 2 weeks, which is a long time.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
my parents. That's a long time.
That's a long time. That's a long time to have that full of a house.
You usually go back there to see them. When were they
We go
last
in
out
we
here?
go in July every year to see them. They typically will come out in fall or spring, but last year they did come out over Christmas because I only have one brother and he married a Jewish gal, so they obviously don't do Christmas, the way that we do. So it's I don't want, my parents don't want to be home by themselves. I don't want them to be at home by themselves over the holidays. So it works great that they come out here now.
Nice.
You helped us segue into our next topic today. Do you believe in Jesus? Is the next question on.
Like what?
Nina goes, I don't know anything about that.
That is not a topic for today.
No.
Not a topic for today.
All right, you guys. Happy Thursday. We will see you back here tomorrow. Brenda has a 3-day weekend.
Oh, look
Lucky
at that.
Duck.
I believe in those.
Really zooming in on the old carn dog.
Did you call it
Imagine that
carn
robe.
dog?
Yeah, carn dog.
My niece who got her BSN.